Hey, hi guys, my name is Nagashekar and you are watching me on Tech Makai channel. So in this video, we're gonna talk about Wipro interview questions that are asked for previous students. If you are watching our channel for the first time, please do subscribe to our channel and click bell icon for instant notifications. And please don't forget us to follow us on Instagram and Telegram. Links are provided in the description. Now let's dive into the video. So what is the difference between this and super? So as we all know that this can be used to access the current object methods, variables and constructors. Similarly, super keyword can be used to access the parent class, variables, constructors and methods. So let's take one example and explore the differences between this and super.
Guys, before listening to the rest, just spare 2 minutes here. Now, being freshly graduated from a college, we mainly look for two main things like getting some financial independence and professional experience. So when you go for companies which doesn't give you some piece of work to do or doesn't it make you involved in the project, then you will never get your professional experience. And on the other hand, when you go for less paying salaries, it will never fulfill your financial independence. Avoid going for them. It's there are many other companies where you can work, and I can recommend you startups among them because they will give you a lot of work to do, which will help you to gain some knowledge to build your career, and that's how you will get your professional experience. And on the other hand, they will pay you well as well. So I recommend you to go for them. And you might ask me like, where can I find those kind of job roles or those kind of companies? And I have came across one website I will recommend you that, which is Reliable by Academy. Yes. So it is India's first hiring platform where you will get job openings from top companies and startups of India. Yes, that's true. There are different companies like Rezape, 1MG, Cred, Zoomka, QFit and many other with handsome packages from 10 lakhs, 12 lakhs and out. Yes, that's true. And you know one thing, they are making it completely free for the test. Yes. Firstly, you need to take up the re-level test and later you need to appear for the interviews, and that's how you will get into those companies. So all you need to do is nothing. You will register for free and you will not pay a single rupee to them, and you will get a good professional experience and some financial independence when you work for those kind of companies. So if you want more information on Reliable by Academy, check out the description where I have made full-length video on this, so you can check the link there. And if you would like to refer to the website as well, you can go to the description again where I provide the link to the website. So I recommend you to go for that and take up the test and get a chance to work for those companies.
So here I am going to take an example of an animal where in this animal we are going to have a variable called type, and I am going to take two constructors. One is non-parameterized constructor and second one is parameterized constructor, and I am going to have two methods called as talk and eat. So here in this constructor I am just going to have one print statement, and here in this parameterized constructor I am going to access this type variable. Okay, now so here this is a statement, this is a keyword which is used to call the current class object constructor. So here animal, let's say if I create an object called animal obj, so what this keyword is used to do is it is used to call the current class constructor. So in this current class, we are having a non-parameterized constructor. So here we are invoking that non-parameterized constructor which is present in this current class object. And similarly here what I am doing is I am going to call a method called talk in this method called eat using this keyword. So here this keyword can be used to call the constructor within the same class. This keyword can be used to call the method which is present in the same class, and also this keyword can be used to call the current class object variables. So this dot type is the variable which is associated with the current class object. Similarly, if you take an example of superclass is used to call the parent class methods, variables and constructors. So here we had a parent class called as an animal and child class called as a dog. So in this parent class, we had a variable called type, we had a constructor called animal, and we had a method called display. So these three are the variable, method and constructor that are present in the animal class. So here this dog class, which is extending the parent class called animal, what it is doing is, this is a dog, this is a constructor. So if you use the same variable name of the class name, so this is a constructor. So here what I am doing, I am using a super keyword to call the parent class constructor. So here parent class constructor is animal, so this is called. Okay, now here and also here in this display method, what I am doing is I am calling the variable. So super dot type is the variable which is present in the parent class, and also super dot display method which is used to call the parent class method. So here super is used to call the parent class constructor, parent class variable, parent class method, and here this is used to call the current class constructor, current class method, and current class variable. This is difference between this and super. So what is the difference between delete and truncate commands in SQL? Let's talk about the differences. So as we all know that delete is a command which comes under DDL. What DDL stands for? DDL stands for data definition language. Whereas truncate command comes under DML command. DML stands for data manipulation language. So let's take an example. So there is a table where its first column is S name, S number, second column is S name, and third column is marks. So here I am going to have a records, dummy records, name A, B, C, and marks are 20, 25, and 30. So let us consider this table, this is student table. I am going to perform both delete and truncate operation on this table, and let's find the observations after applying that two commands. So delete command can be used to remove some rows from the table. Let's say if I want to delete this second row, I can remove using delete command. Whereas the truncate command can be used to remove all the rows from the table. Let's say if I want to remove the entire first row, second row, and third row, then I can use truncate command. This truncate command can be used to remove all the rows in the table, whereas delete command can be used to delete some rows. If you want, you can delete all the rows also. The third point is very important. If you use delete command without where class, so if we are using a delete command without where class, then what it is implying is we are going to delete all the rows similar to truncate, but there is a difference. The difference is it will not free up the space. This is very important. So let's say if I write a command like this, delete from table name. This is table name is student, right? So delete from a table name. If I write a command like this, then all the rows will be deleted. If I write a command truncate table student, then all the rows will be deleted. But the difference is if you use a delete command, then the space which is occupied by these rows will not be deleted, will not be freed, but the free space can be which is contained with this table will be freed if you use truncate. That is the main difference between delete and truncate. What is box model in CSS? So by default, every HTML follows box model property. So what is box model? This box model, in the sense, every element by default will have certain properties like padding, border, margin, etc. So if you consider example for H1 tag or P tag, so the tags or the elements will definitely have some properties, some predefined things of padding, border, margin, etc. So because they are following box model, they are having all these properties. Now let's concentrate on what box model is about. So this box model, if you are designing a web page, let's say this is a web page, and this web page I had two contents, hi and take my hair. These are the two contents in the web page. So what I want to do is I want to draw a margin for these two. I want to draw the border for these two contents. So here hi or take my hair, or if I place any image, all these three comes under the content. So content is nothing but text or an image or etc. etc. On top of this content, what we had is we had padding. So let's say if I want to draw the margin, if I want to draw the border for this content, the space that exists between the border and the content is called as padding. It's just a space. Let's say if I define hi, let's say if I draw the border for this might be the border. Now what I want to do is I want to give some space for this content. So if I want to give some space for the content, what I can do is I can have something called as padding. So the gap between the content and the border is called padding. What is border? Border in the sense it is just the line or just the curve that is drawn on top of the content. Okay now. And what is the margin? Margin is nothing but margin can be drawn between two elements. Let's say if I had two elements, if I want to separate them, what I can do is I can draw the margin. So if you once again recall this box model, on top of this content between the border we do have some padding, on top of this border we do have margin. So margin and padding are just the spaces. If you want to have some space between the content, or if you want to have the space between two elements, we use padding and we use margin. What is the significance of border? Border can be drawn on top of content, just like line, curve. We can have something like color, border radius, etc. So this is the box model which can be inherently getting from all the elements in HTML. So what is meant by recursion? As we all know that this is one great programming feature, and recursion is nothing but a function calling itself directly or indirectly is known as a recursion. So recursion can be used in backtracking and all this stuff. So we will work on this Towers of Hanoi program, and we will upsolve this problem. As we are, the rules for this Towers of Hanoi is you need to send a brick from source to destination. While you are sending a brick from source to destination, you need to use this auxiliary tower. And whenever you are sending a brick from a source to destination or source to auxiliary, the rule is that the largest brick should be in the bottom and the smallest brick should be on top of that large brick. So if let's say I had only one brick, and I want to send this from source to destination. How can I send this from source to destination? I can directly send from this source to destination, and the move here used is I am sending the brick from source to destination. Here we are only using one move. Let's say if I want to use, if I am having two bricks, then how can I send these two bricks in the same order? First, what I can do is I can send this small brick to this auxiliary tower, so that I had only one brick remaining in this destination. I cannot send this small brick to destination. If I send this to destination, then small brick will be in the bottom, and if I send this large brick to destination, then the small brick is on top of the large brick is on top of the small brick. This should not happen. So to avoid this case, what we will do is we will send this small brick to this auxiliary tower, and we will send this large brick to this destination. So if I send this small brick to the auxiliary is having small brick. If I send, this is the first step that we are using. The first step is sending a small brick to the auxiliary tower and sending the large brick to the destination. Okay, now sending large brick from source to destination and sending this small brick to the destination. So the third step is A to D, auxiliary to destination. So from by this we have transferred these two bricks from source to destination using these three rules, using these three moves. Similarly, now I want to do this for 3 bricks. If I want to send these 3 bricks from source to destination using this auxiliary tower, how can I do? If I send this small tower, a small brick to auxiliary, if I send this second smallest brick to the destination, then what it will do? It will be like this, right? The largest brick will be here, second largest brick will be here, smallest will be here. If I send this second smallest to the destination, then we are blocked here. So you should not send the smallest brick to the auxiliary. Instead, what you can do is you can send this smallest to the destination. So what can be the move here is the move can be, I can send the smallest to the destination. So the first move is source to destination. The second smallest to the auxiliary thing. So S to A is the second move. The third will be destination to auxiliary, so that I will get the small brick here. So we are done with the first 2 bricks. We had only the third brick. So that what I can do is I can send the third brick to the destination. So S to do is the, I will say now we are done with the sending of the largest brick to the destination. So here we are having these 2 bricks. What I can do is I can send this small brick to auxiliary to source, so that I am getting this brick to here. I am only having the second largest brick here. So what I can do is I can send auxiliary to destination and I can send source to destination. So these are the 7 steps. So that what I can do is I can transfer these 3 bricks from source to destination. So here what happening is, if you observe, the middle case here is source to destination, here the middle case is source to destination, here the middle case is source to destination. So let's say if after sending this largest brick to source to destination, here I am left with the two things, the second smallest and the first smallest. So here what we are doing is, here we are following this case. Okay now, so here if this is a function, if f of 3 is a function, here we are calling with f of 2. So function that is calling itself is known as a recursion. So recursion internally follows a data structure called as stack, and while you are writing recursion, you need to follow base case and recursive case. Here the base case is this. The base case is S to D. S to D is the base case, and recursive case is f of 2. This is recursive case. We are calling this thing to this and this thing to this. So we need to have base case and recursive case. This is about recursion. Thanks for watching this video. If you like this video, please click like button, and if you have any questions, please comment in the comment box.